Just realized my streams for today they are misstated. So I gotta go change about 3 streams for today. Anyway, start clock. 3 minutes. Start. Every 3 minutes when it goes off, we'll be doing curls and then push up. Ah shit, I did not mean to rip that. Curls and push ups. Secto mundo. So we'll do curls first. Gotta be at work for 6. Eating a potato. Got a pork chop. Baked potato. We'll just drive around. Just because I feel like driving. Anytime we go off. Do a set of 10.
Right here.
So I don't know where my pins are. Found it. Got it set for 3 minutes. So it's 3-minute interval. Just spent the last of my little money. Stuff for my daughter. So I'm broke, brokey broke. Y'all gonna see a lot more of me.
All units, think we have ourselves a racer here.
1. Start. to right. Left. Ah. Ah. Let's get it together. Ah, come on.
Calling all cars. I think we got ourselves a 2440 in our sights.
And start. That's 2.
Calling all units. We have a 2440 in front of us.
And some motherfucker. The fuck?
Dispatch, we have ourselves a 2440 right here.
They're like Wisconsin. Shit.
All units.
They hit us!
Man, lose my sky. For a moment.
This punk is shit out of luck.
I have that perp.
Start. My Bugatti, man. My Bugatti. I don't know where I was.
Sure, I've seen that car.
This clown we're looking for is in a Porsche. Oh, this joker wants to play dirty.
Calling all cars. Perp we're looking for was last seen on Kennedy Drive.
Come on.
Be advised, suspect entering Kennedy test track.
Almost got him, dispatch. Not long now.
I have the racer in custody.
Oh, start. Should have changed the car. Got a warning. Yes.
Eyes on a racer here.
Not a race. Try. Ah! No, I'm playing. Feels good though. 50. Start. Text. Let's go.
all units. We have a 2440 in our sights.
That would have called you. That's what you call your stepdad. I ain't talked to my pops in a while. Call my pops. After I do this next set, so I'll go radio silent. Not that I've been saying much, right?
Dispatch, we have ourselves a 2440 right here.
Start.
I see our driver. They're in a Porsche. Oh, you did not just hit my car.
Be advised, we have reports of the suspect in University Central.
Looks like we're taking the scenic route, Dispatch. Lost sight of that suspect, Dispatch.
That perp just vanished somewhere at University Central.
Lost visual on that 2440. Calling in.
Looks like we got ourselves a racer here. Got eyes on that driver.
Got eyes on some asshole.
units. We have a 2440 in our sights.
Eyes on a racer here. All units, think we have ourselves a racer here. Dispatch, we got ourselves a racer here. Taurus, street legal.
Sorry, guys. Talking to my papa. Hey, papa. I should have just stayed on the road. We're 100 curls in. We're on 30 push-ups at the moment. This will be 40.
Reinforcements en route.
I'm going after the street racers. We got a flying perp here. Holy shit!
So I didn't stop exercising. Called my pops. Let me talk to this old man. What's up, old man? No.
Dispatch, Patrol is now on the scene to take this one down.
That's the least I could do. Talk to him in a while. That's what I told him. He like, you talked to me last week. Like, yeah, it's Friday already, though. No.
Let's show this racer not to mess with the LPD. Almost had you, punk. Control, Patrol is here to take this street racing punk down. These knuckleheads don't give a damn about traffic.
Sorry.
I'm on you now, street punk.
Get off my bumper. By bumper, I mean my dick.
Control, it looks like this vehicle's trying to fly. I'll have this piece of shit in cuffs soon.
Trying to figure 80. Does that count as near miss?
Whoa! I shouldn't say this, but I am impressed. Bad news, dispatch. We're out of the chase.
Nope, it counts as a home.
Line time.
Right now, my only home in the game. I don't know how to put it. Most at home game. Does that count? Too wide for sure. Figure 8.
Do not lose it.
22 seconds. Oh,
Put this jerk in the ground, team. I see our
dang.
driver. They're in a Porsche.
Trying to catch a body.
Suspect has been spotted at Ziva Ski Resort.
Shit. I thought we had him there.
Dispatch here, racer out of sight at Ziva Ski Resort.
Reacquired visual on that suspect, dispatch.
It ain't worth the
Suspect
chase.
found. Chase is back on.
Could have swore that was just round one.
I'll have him in my clutches soon, dispatch. We managed to stop the racer, dispatch.
Whoops, at 50. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hey, I'm back. I got a set to do. Sorry, had to go poopy. We're at 70 push-ups. Start. Actually, we're at 60. Ah, shit. Oh, yeah, I'm on the right spot.
All units. Think we have ourselves a racer here.
All right, that's officially 70. I accidentally had made an extra mark, so I have to scratch it out. That's 70. Johnny Depp's my homie. One of my favorite actors of all time. I'll start.
Shorty's behind the wheel of a Mercedes.
He hasn't been in a bad movie, technically.
Suspect vanished in Jefferson Hills.
Okay, we need to spread out and find this bird team. Suspect got away from me, Control.
Favorite Johnny Depp movie? Sweeney Todd. I love that movie. It makes me... That movie was so good and Donnie Depp was so good in it. It makes me want to see the play. Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I want to see the play. It was that good. What else? Sweeney Todd. From Hell was good. He was in From Hell. From Hell was decent. What else? Edward Scissorhands was good. Crybaby was good. Sleepy Hollow, one of my favorites.
Eyes on some asshole.
Had a friend, she made me watch Crybaby. It was pretty good. Nah, like it's a popular thing to be like make Johnny Depp the Joker. But personally, I got somebody I want to play my Joker. I got a DC universe. I can actually post that video after I do my next set. It's called DC Road Trip. Push-ups. That's 80. Start. Let me find that video. Your video. Video. Oh, this. Then we'll find out from there. DC Road Trip. Guess we'll do this one. Share. Copy link. Go back here. Live. Go here. And then we'll post this here. So the link is in the description, in the comments. DC Road Trip. The concept is, as you can tell, I already started working on it. If you try to steal it, I'm suing your ass. The concept is Batman and company. Batman, Robin, Red Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. They're going on a road trip, all the boys. They're going on a road trip to find gear. They're going for upgrades to the Batman arsenal. It's to explain why the Bat family is so OP. So, it's one of 6 movies, maybe 7, that all take place at the same time. Let me pull over and talk about it for a second. It all take place at the same time. You got Road Trip, DC Road Trip, Girls Trip, DC Girls Trip, Where Was Superman, Legion of Doom, The Butler Did It, and The Big Fight. So, they all take place at the same time. This is my universe. To get the big story, you got to watch them all the movies. But everything takes place within the same time frame. So, Batman's out of town. He's left Gotham. No one's there to protect it. And the villains have started to notice. 3, 2, 1. Hold that thought. That's 90. Start. And the villains have started to notice. Not only has the villains noticed, but key members of the Justice League has noticed. Wonder Woman, Flash, and Cyborg all enter the Batcave via boom tube. This shit is dusted. Look like ain't nobody been here for months. You know, where the fuck is Batman and friends? Like, wherever they went, nobody's been home. Just then, the alarm goes off. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Batman! That's the one I want to go with for the alarm. Bank is being robbed by Bronze Tiger and Mr. Freeze. Batman don't like people to interrupting Gotham's business, but fuck it. They're the Justice League, or members of the Justice League. They're gonna step in. We cut out to see Batman and company on a yacht, living it up. They're like, hey, you know, again, giving a breakdown of what's going on. Who, what, where, why, when. Who are we? The Bat family. What are we doing? Looking for gear. Why are we doing it? Because we deal with super powered, super smart, super pretty, super egotistical, super badasses. We need to be prepared to be alive. Exactamundo. Where are we? Somewhere in the ocean, headed to a mysterious school. When? Nobody's fucking business. Now. Well, tomorrow morning we move out. You know? So, we get introduced. You know, everybody's kind of at leisure, but in business mode. They make a few stops, get upgrades to suits, weapons, and their mental and physical prowess via magical amulets, incantations, specially made equipment, things like that. The big bad guys for the Bat Boys will be Hey, Talia al Ghul and Nessa al Ghul ran League of Shadows. Both of Ra's al Ghul's daughters. Raz is dead, and they took over. They still decide to fuck with the Bat family. Why? Because Damien is still Talia's son. So that's partial why they keep tabs on the Bat family. And Batman and family have their reasons why they keep their eyes on the League of Shadows, which I'll tell you in a moment. That's 100. I'll do the crunches. I was gonna say fuck them crunches, but I'll do the crunches. Start. So while they're out of town, the Joker comes across Batman in an alley. The Joker looks like he has the upper hand, and he decides to leave Batman alone. His words: "You're not the Batman. You're not my Batman. I don't want to do this." And he leaves the Batman alone. The Joker then goes to the one person who's like, if anybody got Batman, I ain't seen Batman. It don't look like he's in Gotham. Anybody got Batman? It's only one person I know. He goes and he finds Lex Luthor. This is where our other movie starts, Legion of Doom. Joker walks in. Lex! Where the fuck is Batman? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Batman is. That's not my fucking problem. And he sees a room full of villains. What the fuck, guys? Why wasn't I invited? Because you're too sporadic. We don't trust you to be a part of this group. So may you please see yourself out. And he's basically, fuck you guys. I don't need you guys anyway. I'm gonna go start my own group. So that movie is all about the Joker gang and Lex's Legion of Doom forming and doing nefarious things to build up their reputation, and eventually it builds up to a clash with the Bat family, Batman, Robin, Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, Harry Kelly's Robin, Huntress, Catwoman, Batgirl, Robin, and I guess we're gonna throw in Batwoman. Because they're in their own movie. Their real movie is called DC Girls Trip, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Why? Because I have to do crunches. That's one set of 20 crunches. Start. So, the girls, they felt left out. Where the fuck are the guys? They left without us. Fuck them. We don't need them. We could go on our own road trip. And they go on a girls trip. DC Girls Trip is going to show all the female villains within the DC universe. From Livewire to Poison Ivy to Harley Quinn to Orca, Cheetah. There was a couple of them. I got a list. But anyway, run into like Supergirl, Black Canary, Zatanna, things like that. Theirs is more so to have fun, while the guys is to get gear. A running joke in that movie, every time they come across some bad guys, while they're where they're having their monologues or their group chats in the background, while they're just chatting away, we're gonna see the villain always break out. You know, let's say they stop Cheetah, lock her up. I guess that's one cheetah that wasn't fast enough to get away. Ha 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 ha. In the background, Cheetah's gonna be beating up cops, still in a cop car and escaping. To be like comic book villains always escape. Another running gag in the background to show how OP the bat plane is. Carrie Kelly, she's gonna be the youngest Robin. She's our female Robin. If you know anything about like the Dark Knight Returns, you know there was a female Robin. So her being the youngest Robin, they like stay in the plane, don't leave the plane, because they gonna take the bat plane with them. But of course she don't listen. She leaves the plane. Every time she leaves the plane disappears. Why? Because Batman and company need the plane on the other side of the world. But this is how OP the plane is. And I figured out how to make that work. It's not just super fast, but it gets from point A to point B almost instantaneously using boom tubes. Start. So we go back to the big fight. The girls, the boys, Cyborg, Flash, and Wonder Woman are fighting Lexus Legion of Doom, Joker's Joker Gang, and the League of Shadows, who all seem to put their differences aside because they're going to fight with each other in order to fight Bat Family and the Justice League. That leads us to our other movie, The Big Fight. You see, each movie that's not the big fight is going to get to that point. We got good guys, bad guys running towards each other. Right before they clash, we screen wipe. Dun, 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 dun. Back at the Batcave, everybody's ha 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 ha. Batman, you're so crazy. That screen wipe is a whole movie, which is the big fight. You know, we could call it DC Gods and Monsters. Title pending. So, that's going to be the big fight. They're going to have their own movie. The way the big fight ends, just when things look bad for our heroes, Superman, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern arrive. Why? Because our other movie, where it was Superman, covers that. Superman was off planet. The Green Lantern Corps is taking Superman in to take him on trial and find out what is a Kryptonian doing on Earth. And because Superman is a Kryptonian who grew up on Earth, he has no real sense of how to use his powers. So, the Lantern Corps decides to let Superman train with Green Lantern. They allow Superman to train with Green Lantern. The first thing they do is depower Superman. How do you depower somebody like Superman? What they did was they took Superman
Reinforcements on the way.
to a solar system with a red sun. Where's my pen? I need my pen. Start. They take Superman to a planet, to a solar system with a red sun. They depower Superman. Why? We gotta turn Superman tough. Superman being Superman has no weaknesses. Because he has no weaknesses, he never learned how to fight. That's why people like Darkseid keep kicking his ass. He don't got no hands. So, they depower him just so he can learn how to throw hands. And he pick up a boxing style. Good old American boxing. As his fighting style. Because he's all American. Next, they take Superman to a solar system with 2 yellow suns. So now he's Superman and a half. They kind of give him a little extra boost because they cut his powers to half, and then they boosted him up 1.5. So he's Superman and a half, Superman times 2. You know, the second step in Superman's training is to learn finesse. You know, subtle movements, how to use his powers creatively, because he's hanging with Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan's technically my favorite Superman, my favorite Lantern. So he learned how to use his powers creatively and stuff like that. And we see him, like Superman's progression, we see him go from being like a clumsy heavy hitter to a poised boxer. Again, Martian Manhunter is along because Martian Manhunter at this point is Green Lantern's like special deputy type thing. You know? Because Martian Manhunter is technically supposed to be as strong as Superman, almost as fast, without any of Superman's weaknesses. So he's just in case Superman get out of hand. But we all see them go through, you know, different things. You got to think buddy cop film, thing like that, when we think, where was Superman? So back to the big fight. Things look bad for our superhero. Then start. Then boom to boom, or something like that. Superman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter arrive to change the battlefield. They defeat our villains. Everybody meets back at the Batcave. Here is where we get the joke, the running joke for all the movies. Batman, again, they just got super powered up, you know. They're like, so you had a plan for everything. Find that out, and the butler did it. But I'll get there in a moment. You got a plan for everything. What was your plan for the big fight? Like, it's obvious, isn't it? For Superman to show up. So Superman's like, I guess I am the world's strongest. You know? Batman grabs Superman by the collar. Snatch him up. You look him in the eye. He's like, I want you to know, I could beat you anytime I want to. At first we see Superman try to shrug it off, like, Batman hand away or back up, like, you know, you ain't fucking with me. And then we see that Superman really can't break Batman's grip, you know. And we see a little fear in Superman's eyes, or, you know, a peak of interest, I'm gonna say, not necessarily fear, but a peak of interest. Like, what the fuck you been up to? Which we all know because we just saw the movie. And, you know, he's like, after that, we see Superman try to back out but can't. Then he pulls Superman close. But I like you. Then he let him go. And they're all, ha 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 ha, Batman, you're so crazy. And that's how it ends. Now that takes us to the butler did it. The butler did it is Alfred's recollection. It's like a recap of the movies, but it's Alfred version. Why? Remember the Batman that the Joker ran into in the alley? It was Alfred in a Batman outfit. Why? Because I want to show that's how OP a bat suit is. We're going to get a very, very old Alfred. Like, could barely walk Alfred.
These officers don't care one damn bit about traffic dispatch. That 2440's behind the wheel of a Mercedes?
All units, we've got a fresh sighting of the suspect in the ski resort.
Pursuit is on and we're going for the takedown.
That's 100 crunches. We got 5 more sets to do. Start. You see, people, because Batman outfit looks like the Black Panther's outfit, still forget that it's basically an Iron Man suit.
Dispatch, we're sending more units out there.
The Superman suit that he used to fight Superman is like the Hulk Buster armor in comparison to his normal suit. But anyway, we see an extremely old Alfred. Like the Six Flags guy, he gonna pull a Six Flags guy. He put on the bat suit, and here's why Batman and company can fight
Roadblock has been deployed.
for prolonged periods of time. You see, it's filled with Lazarus juice that is constantly feeding them a modified version of Lazarus water. Alfred's suit injects him with enough Lazarus water to turn him young again.
This chase is taking the scenic route, team.
So, the Batman running around Gotham, because Wonder Woman, Flash, and Cyborg, while they're trying to put out fires across Gotham with the villains, you know, there's glimpses of Batman, stuff like that. That Batman that they see, the Batman that the Joker ran into, is Alfred. That's how much the Joker knows his Batman.
Don't think we can hold out much longer.
He's like, you're not Batman. You're not my Batman. You're a Batman. You're not the one I'm looking for. So, we get Alfred's side of the story of how he set up certain things for... He set up the breadcrumbs for not just Wonder Woman and them, but also the girls, and how he feeds information back to Batman, and how he keeps tabs on Superman and company to make sure everything is timed up properly. You know, by hacking the watchtower and shit. He knows where Superman is and all this other stuff. And that's the Butler did it. So the Legion of Doom movie I gotta figure out what I did with it. I probably got it on one of my Facebooks or something. The bad guys in each group. Lex got a group and Joker got a group. Shit.
This clown can't control their wheels.
All units, we have a visual on the perp entering Belmont Lake.
That perp still has the upper hand, control. Oh, we are not built for this shit. Awesome! I'm engaging the driver dispatch. That 2440 is behind the wheel of a Mercedes. Let's hold this racer down to the precinct.
This is dispatch. Perp last spotted at Belmont Lake.
Perp busted, control.
So, Lex group. We'll start with the Joker group. I remember the Joker group a little bit. It's Mo, Larry, and Curly. Joker's 3 henchmen. They're just normal guys. Don't really belong there, but, you know, you tell the Joker no. Start. Joker, on his way from leaving Lex, he steals the Amazo robot. Again, you try to stop the Joker. So leaving LexCorp, he steals the Amazo robot. Oh, he adds Man Bat and Solomon Grundy. So it's Joker, Man Bat, Solomon Grundy. Lex Squad. Who the fuck was Lex Squad? I think it was Deathstroke. Damn. I wish I'd. Fuck. Uh, shit. Fuck. All albums. No. 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 Damn. Be impossible to find that shit now. It's somewhere though. Damn. But he had a decent squad too. Yeah, I'm not finding that right now. I gotta go look. He had a decent squad too. My Joker. I want my Joker to be James Franco. Mo, Larry, and Curly, Seth Rogen, Danny McBride, and shit, I had the third guy. But it's from their normal group, you know. Right now I'm throwing Craig Robinson because I can't think of nobody. But James Franco is my Joker. My Batman is Daniel Craig. My Damian Wayne. Daniel Craig, aka James Bond. My Damian Wayne, of course. I'm going with Tom Holland. Tim Drake is Michael Cera. Ever since Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I'm convinced he could pull off a superhero movie. My Red Hood is Michael Jai White, the guy that plays Spawn. He played Jax in a Mortal Kombat movie. And my Dick Grayson is Michael B. Jordan. Now, I want you to think Iron Man suit or Black Panther suit when you think of the Bat Family suit. They're masked up, head to toe. They're armored the fuck up. The image of a face that you see is the projection of an image. It's not their real face. To explain why there's no tan lines, stuff like that. They're armored up head to toe, Iron Man style. Their mask just projects a certain face. Um, so one of the running jokes is Michael B. Jordan as Nightwing. The face he portrays is Chris O'Donnell's as Robin. And they're like, why do you portray this? Why do you put on this white man's face when you go fight crime? Like, it's obvious. So the police don't shoot. You know? But that's, their mask it projects a face. Now, to add a little bit more to it, Batman smoke bomb, like, this is how I've been thinking about the weapons. Batman smoke bombs, they're infused with fear toxin. And then Batman's mask works kind of like a Rorschach's mask. The image that you see is whatever you see. That's why he's so scary to everybody. By the time, like, it's the smoking effects, they're already afraid and panicked because of the fear toxin in the smoke bomb. It's a modified version. You got things like the Lazarus juice. They get not pumped with it like venom, but it's a mist that sprays in their suit to keep them regenerated and rejuvenated, so they never seem to get tired. Instead of venom, they use the Lazarus juice, which is why, again, they need to keep tabs on the League of Shadows and why Batman knocked up Talia, so that he has access. Start. I didn't even press start. So that he have access to the Lazarus pit. And then, like, I want them to come across different WB properties, even though some of it may be a little far-fetched. But, like, they go get enchantments. If they can't get the enchantment from Dumbledore like I want, because it's a WB property, I want them to go to Hogwarts and get their enchantment from him. But, then they go to, like, Constantine. They get 2 boosts. One, they get a mental protection spell so that they can't buy normal to moderate level psychics. Their mind can't get taken over. And then another one is to give them and their suits a slight boost in power and speed. So anything right now, because magic exists in the world that we can't explain, magic. It's because of magic. Amulets and stuff like that. And then it's like what goes for one goes for all. So let's say Nightwing picks up an upgrade. Mine, the upgrade goes just about tenfold, because it not only do the boys get it, but the girls get it. Get it? So the Bat family themselves are OP. So I want the conversation when it's all done, even though it don't necessarily come up, would be when the girls run into Supergirl. Like, you know what? I think Batgirl could take Supergirl. Oh, you bullshit. You saw what Supergirl did? Because we gonna make Supergirl look a little OP to bring up the conversation of the Kryptonians versus the Bat family. Be like, I don't know. Supergirl was a beast. I don't think that she can fuck with Supergirl. You tripping. Like, no. Think about it. Look at all the upgrades Batman got which his sidekicks got, then think about Superman not being able to break Batman's grip at the end.
2440 right in front of me.
Batgirl could take Supergirl. Ah. That's 8 sets. Start. Ah. So there's that. But overall, I want it to be a combination of Kick-Ass meets maybe Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, because that movie was dope. Like the Batman we got in that, the action. I want it to be funny but serious. Serious action wise. You know? Stuff like that. I'm still working on my girl cast. So I'm really working on my cast. Kinda, sorta. I gotta write them all. Which, given money and time, if I didn't have to worry about, if I got paid for it, I'll probably have one for you in a month. A full movie. Written, and how you got that kind of draw board, director's board. I'll have you one of those in a month, if you give me the money, so I can pay my bills. I fuck around. I got the ideas. I got the concept. Yeah. So you got the Butler did it. Girls Trip. Where Was Superman? Legion of Doom. Boys Trip. And The Big Fight, which is going to be an hour and a half, 2-hour movie of the clash between superheroes and villains. Because I'm a screen wipe it in most of the movies. Not that the movies won't have enough action, but I still want you to feel cheated. Like, come on, son of a bitch. And I do it like that because I want a movie for everybody. I want a movie that's for the fellas. Boys Trip. I want a movie that's for the ladies. Girls Trip. If you're into the bad guys, Legion of Doom. If you're like, fuck that, I fuck Batman, I want a Superman movie. Where Was Superman? If you want something a little more sophisticated, you got The Butler Did It. And then if you're like, I just want action, just give me the action. The Big Fight. Start. Whew. That's my DC universe. They all take place at the same time. So if you want the full picture,
I think we have ourselves a racer here.
you got to go see it all. But I still want them to be able to stand alone. And of course, the League of Shadows is all chicks in the Boys Trip movie. Why? Because pussy. The bad boy's only weakness. So, you want to know my secret identity? And for the women, we're gonna pull a Frozen. Pussy power. All the ladies who independent, throw your hands up at me. That's pussy power. Chicks before dicks. Bros before hoes.
In our vicinity.
We gotta throw in the girls' trip, we gonna throw in Aquaman, Superboy. Who else? We'll introduce Speedy or Red Arrow. No, we'll introduce Green Arrow. And okay, we'll keep it like that for now. So Superboy, outside of all the women villains and a few women heroines that we come across. Why? What happened to the code? Chicks before dicks.
Sure, I've seen that car before.
Ah. $200 crunches, 100 curls, and 100 push-ups. So, we're like, he's for the streets, girl. He's Aquaman. You know, plenty of fish in the sea, Aquaman. Don't be another fish. Like, look, you can call me Dory, because I don't remember none of that shit right now. So everybody go through the same thing. Friendships are tested when getting laid is on the line. Like, I saw him first. He's mine. Look, ladies, he's Superboy. I'm sure he can handle all three of us. So they gotta be super handsome, super chiseled, and super Brandon-like. So I make the panties wet. See, even the streets seem slick. So, yeah. And of course, like I said, not the Legion of Doom, the League of Shadows are all chicks. So we're gonna have two male groups of bad guys, then two chick groups of bad guys. Because the girls trip, all their main villains will be chicks. Then those bad guys, like I said, they keep breaking out in the background, and they're going to form their own group for the bad guy battles, which would be Legion of Doom. Joker Gang versus Lex Gang versus League of Shadows versus the ladies. League of Shadows are all going to be women. So you got two girl groups, two guy groups of villains. And then just to tease a movie that ain't gonna come after the big fight movie, which will give us our real ending. After the big fight movie is the real ending, because we get to see why they went through all that with Superman. We get a post-credit scene, and one of the guys that Superman, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter stopped on another planet, we see him go talk. No, I don't know. See now, ooh, okay, because it don't make sense, but it would. We're gonna have a bit of an extended scene where that guy, he goes reports to Darkseid, right? And I guess in just the name drop, like, you said he was a Kryptonian from Earth, you know? Just because you my homeboy, basically, I got you. And he gonna tell his henchman, get Lobo on the phone, which is an intergalactic bounty hunter. Oh, Parasite. Parasite is one of them. On Lex Group. Parasite, Metallo, Mercy. That's his personal assistant. She's not necessarily part of the group, but she's part of the group. She's an android herself. Parasite, Metallo, Mercy. Shit. Shit. Lobo made me think of that for some reason. Deathstroke. I'm missing out somebody. But that's so far that's Lex Group. Because Parasite could touch you and take your power. Like, that's cool when you're going against your Wonder Womans, your Flash, your Supermans. You know, he's like Rogue. You get a temporary power boost from touching. He can siphon off your power. But when you're going against a Batman and company, who have no real superpowers, you can't necessarily siphon off of that. So I'm gonna kind of want to, super duper, not Metallo, Parasite. We're gonna soup him up, and then we're gonna soup up the Amazo robot. Because the Amazo robot got all the powers of the Justice League too. And we're gonna have the Bat family take out them, along with Metallo. For sure, the Bat family, somebody in the Bat family got to take them three down. Again, to start the conversation, the Bat family could fuck up the Justice League if they want. Like, you tripping. They took down Parasite after he took everybody fucking powers. The only powers he couldn't take was fucking Green Lantern powers because it come from a ring. Wonder Woman's strength, Superman's strength, Flash speed, Superman freeze breath and all this other shit. Like, he took their powers. Amazo Robot have all their powers. And they took them down. You telling me they can't take down the Justice League? Like, you tripping, man. That was a bad guy. They can't take down a full power Superman. You saw Superman when he was in those two yellow suns. You gonna tell me they gonna fuck with that? They couldn't even fuck with them. Parasite was handing it to their ass. Metallo, I don't want to hear nothing about Metallo. He got fucking weak ass kryptonite. He still was handing Wonder Woman her ass. And then we gonna soup him up. Metallo, we gonna soup him up enough to be able to bang with Cyborg, as far as technologically wise. Hey, man, Metallo was beating their ass. What you mean? He whooped Wonder Woman ass. He was over there he was whooping Cyborg ass. You can't tell me that it's just the kryptonite. I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. So that's how, that's the reaction we looking for. I'm looking for it. That's how I gotta ride it. Yeah, fucking with them, man. They whoop you didn't see them whoop Metallo ass. Like, first of all, the girls had to jump, okay? We all know, ain't no bitches fucking with Superman. Because it's always that one guy. Bitches ain't shit. Ain't no bitches fucking with Superman. Ew. So, what was that? Shit like that. They had to jump. It's part of being the Bat family. You get to jump, motherfuckers. That's my DC road trip idea. And then I had an idea for a Dragon Ball Z universe. It's called Dragon Ball Universe. In that universe, it's kind of like a what if. What if the Saiyans and the Frieza Force work together? They never fell out. So we're going to have that Goku and Vegeta grow up friends. Basically, Prince Vegeta, Goku's a knight in training. His father is a knight of the royal court of King Vegeta's royal court. Paracus is basically the Jafar of it. He's not really a bad guy though, but he's shady. Brawley is he's basically the wild card. He's not allowed to fight because technically he's not a knight. You know, he's just part of the royal court because his father's part of the royal court. So he's the wild card. So Vegeta, Brawley, and Goku all grew up together.
2440 in the area doing
Um,
something they shouldn't be doing.
Frieza, Cooler, and the Ginyu Force basically is the Frieza Force. And then King Cole, of course, is the king. Cooler is next in line. So Cooler and Vegeta kind of got their rivalry, and Goku and Frieza kind of got their rivalry. They're working together though, because you got to remember the Saiyans and the Frieza Force were working together. During this meeting, King Cole reveals that he's starting to train his son in taking over, which is Cooler. They introduce the Scouters and stuff like that because the way I look at it, Frieza forms, it's like nanotechnology. His transformation is really nanotechnology because the Frieza Force are scientists versus fighters. They're the brains. They introduced the arm. They gave the Saiyans their armor. They introduced Scouters. They created robots, cyborgs. Like, they're scientists. That's why their suits look like samurai suits. And their transformation is just mech transformations, if you ask me. But that's shaky, right? But anyway, they kind of need each other. The Saiyans are the force. Saiyans are the strength. The Frieza Force is the brains. Eventually, things get shaky. We watch them, go on missions together. The Ginyu Force and Bardock and Raditz and Nappa. Like, Raditz, Nappa. I'm thinking about throwing Turles in there too. They're all upperclassmen. So they're above Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Those are the ones that's running with the Ginyu Force and Papa Bardock. That's your varsity team. Then eventually we watch the varsity team turn into the old men, and Vegeta, Frieza, Cooler, and them turn into the varsity team. Watch them turn into the varsity team. But we watch them conquer a few planets, fight some other bad guys that's not each other, and we get us our first altered story arc. That altered story arc. No, we're gonna do a tournament first before we get our altered story arc. We're gonna do a tournament because it's gonna be like, Saiyans versus the Frieza Force. As a friendly tournament. And before things get serious, they gotta break it up. Trouble on the battlefront. All hands on deck. It's like, ooh, I don't know. I think that, I think Raditz could take them. And you think Raditz could take Ginyu? You tripping. No, you tripping. I'm telling you, you tripping. Just by cast. Bardock is the one that's supposed to take Ginyu. Maybe if Raditz fought Berta or somebody. But Raditz can't never take Ginyu. Like, you tripping. I'm telling you. They didn't interrupt that tournament. Ginyu was about to get his ass beat. Because we want to have those type of conversation. So the tournament's interrupted before we get a decisive winner. And then after they handle that, we get a modified story arc, the Future Trunks story arc. Why? Because Future Trunks is like Flash. He's bound to have went to other timelines before he reached the timeline he was looking for. Not ever time traveling before. Universe hopping. There had to be universe hopping hijinks. And one of those, he ended up in that timeline. And he gives them the prophecy of Frieza. Like, what? You guys are working with them? I know I'm in the wrong timeline now. Like, what you mean? The story I got, Frieza was a tyrant. He destroyed all the Saiyans. No, Frieza's like, why would I do that? I love the Saiyans. Right? Somewhere you got a prophecy stating that a Super Saiyan was the one that's going to kill you. And that stuck with Frieza. You know, Trunks stayed there for a few days. Time machine. He trained with them a little bit. Time machine's ready to go. He's back into the timeline. Oh well, see you guys later. Not knowing he put doubt in Frieza's mind about the Saiyans. So after that, everything's still going good, but it's like I don't know about that guy. No, there it's like everything's shaky. The Frieza Force, they decide to step back from the Saiyans for a little bit. The Saiyans decide to step back from the Frieza Force for a little bit. And we see the Frieza Force start. I had it. They end up befriending the Namekians. They ended up befriending somebody. And then, damn, I had it somewhere. The Saiyans, they started befriending the Truffles, which is Baby in them. And then we get a version of Baby Vegeta because he's being influenced by the Truffles. And then we get a version of like Frieza that's influenced by XYZ. I want to say it was the Namekians. We could say it's the Namekians just for right now until I figure it out exactly. And that's how Frieza start entertaining the idea of immortality by using the Dragon Balls. So, next tournament, Dragon Balls are on the line. The Namekians decide to hold a tournament. The winner of the tournament gets a wish with the Dragon Ball. Um, we're going to say that the Bulls win. Majin Buu and company, which are I'm gonna say that the Bulls in this universe, they are the advanced form or the warrior race of the Truffles. The difference is the weaker class, they need a host body. You know, they need to take over a body. As to where the warrior race absorbs the body. But anyway, they win. They use their wish for XYZ, whatever it may be. Saving the time, saving the day unknowingly. Frieza, a little butt hurt that he won't get his wish for immortality. Sets off to do some work. He needs to clear his head. Frieza comes back with another modified story. Frieza and the Frieza Force creates the androids. With one purpose. To train with. But the evil Dr. Gero and the Red Ribbon Army end up hijacking the androids and turning them against the Saiyans and the Frieza Force, making the Saiyans sketchy of the Frieza Force. Like, these are your creations. How do we know you didn't create these things to try to assassinate our king? Like, why would we try to assassinate your king and our king? Don't make sense. Like, yeah, I'm on to you. But you're right, it don't make sense. The fuck? And then eventually, after all the kumbaya, we finally get our Saiyan Frieza Force War. At this time, King Vegeta has passed down the throne to Vegeta. King Code has passed down the throne to Cooler. Vegeta has a kid in Trunks. Goku has a kid, Gohan. And Frieza has a kid, Frost. So it finally spills over. Saiyans versus the Frieza Force on some BS. You know, basically Vegeta rivalry and Cooler rivalry is what tips the scale. Vegeta finally getting the time to shine, gets a win over Cooler in the tournament. Cooler can't take the loss, and he tries to attack Vegeta from behind, getting interrupted by Goku. Because Goku gotta save the day. Anyway. So, Goku saves Vegeta's life. And shit. Sorry, took my eyes off the road. And he seriously injures Cooler. Cooler attacking Vegeta from behind. The Saiyans take that as an act of war. No. Goku injuring Cooler makes, King Cold upset. He's like, this lowly Saiyan needs to be punished for attacking my kid. And Vegeta's like, he saved my life. You're cowards of a son. Tried to attack me while my back was turned. And he will face no repercussions. Like, well, if you don't, then we're going to take it as an act of war. And bam, the war with Frieza Force starts. Instead of King Cold, we're gonna say that that's Cooler. No, Frieza. We're gonna say it was Frieza. He's the one, because Cooler's down in a cryopod, or whatever you call him, getting healed. Frieza is acting king. The war starts. Eventually, Cooler comes out and he escalates the war. And then finally, when things are looking bad for both parties, Frieza, we're gonna blow this planet up. This planet got 5 minutes type shit. Bomb versus the Spirit Bomb. King Cold and King Vegeta step in. The planet's about to be destroyed. They're mere minutes away from destruction because it's too late. All this shit. They appear. We're taking the thrones back. We thought you kids were ready. You kids aren't ready. We're here to clean up your mess type shit. And good old fashioned Dragon Ball Z, they summon the dragon. And right before the planet explodes, they wish that everything was back to normal. Or the planet was back to normal. Before the war started. No consequences. Good old Dragon Ball Z fashion. So they take the throne back and they decide that when the time comes, they're going to give it to their kids' kids. Because their kids can't take control of it. They fucked up. They're not getting another chance. So Trunks and Frost eventually will be the new kings. By then, Gohan has a kid. All that stuff. Because Gohan gonna grow up with them. With Trunks and Frost. Make Gohan and Trunks besties. But so far, that's what I got of Dragon Ball Universe. Few story arcs can change in the middle. But their main rivals, the Frieza Force and the Saiyans, for a long time, is going to be the Red Ribbon Army. Because the Red Ribbon Army is Dragon Ball Big Bads. They've been lurking in the backgrounds way longer than Frieza. We're gonna, of course, have a mixed world where, you know, the Namekians and Earthlings and everybody come together. Chi-Chi's still gonna be Goku's wife. Bulma's still gonna be Vegeta's baby mama. You know, things like that. Again, we'll have guest appearances. Like Roshi is gonna be, you know, trainer. Because Roshi's the trainer. Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, they'll be tournament contestants. So they can get their due respects. And any character that we want to bring in, we're going to have Brawly do his thing. Again, we got our Android Saga. We got our Boo Saga and our Baby Saga. Any character we want to bring in that's like, it'll be cool to see him. Tournament. You throw a tournament. Who misses PyCon? Tournament. What about Hidden Cheering? Tournament. If we ever get stuck and we need a strong character for them to face, then we pick from Dragon Ball history. You know? Like, shit. You know, we don't want to introduce the androids yet. But we need somebody to lead Red Ribbon Army right now. Who we gonna turn? Who? General Tao. You know? Just pick somebody randomly. What was that guy named? The blind guy in the Outer World tournament? Oh, I forgot to take my boot back. What time is it? Almost time for bed. If it's one thing I could do, I could create something for you. Who says you can't create something out of nothing? That's an idea. Talking into the phone. Who says you can create something from nothing? You can't create something from nothing. It's called an idea. It's called a story. I can create a bunch of shit for your ass. Oh. Right now I'm creating a what you call it? An animation. I'm calling right now it's called freestyling it. Uh And then I don't really have a story. I don't have anywhere to go with it. But I started thinking of a concept. I was gonna have them fight, and I'm like, let me get my animation skills together first. So my animation skills are gonna work like that right now. But there's these two guys. We start off these two guys facing each other, and it's like they know each other, but they don't know each other. And one guy puts his hands on the shoulder of the other guy, pushing him. It's like if you're a guy, you get it. It's like a strength test. Like you can't like do anything extra. Just stand 10 toes down, and you see how much force you can put into your push. How strong a motherfucker is, how stable they are, type shit, And then did the same thing, pushed the other guy's hands out the way, and things look like it's about to escalate, but it doesn't. I basically switched sides. The guy we follow, he's gonna be our main character. He just started walking. Because right now I gotta get my walking animation right. I gotta be able to animate walking properly. So he starts walking. And then eventually once I get the walking down good enough, we're gonna switch backgrounds and find us a location and get stuff started. But basically, it's gonna be like walking around the world, and then he comes back to this guy. He's gonna have adventures, fighting, because we're gonna learn how to throw a punch. I actually do pretty good at throwing punches and stuff, but just to get my animation skills right. Then when I feel like I'm at a good level, it's like you come back full circle, you come back to the guy. Off screen, we're gonna explain how this guy went through basically his own training, which is he didn't really have to do much because just for plot reasons, my animation skills got up, so he got better too. No other reason than my animation skills went up. And we need a rival. They get into an altercation. We're gonna have our star win the fight, and then we're gonna take the other guy and we're gonna start our second season or our second journey to see how we can improve the animation. And we're gonna follow him on his walk around the world until it come back full circle to the star, our original star, who mysteriously got better off screen because the animator got better. And then after a show of might, a show of level progression, we will introduce new rivals for him. And we're going to try to have those guys be badassery, which we're going to try to level up through story by leveling up our storytelling to show why they're such badasses. Who the fuck are you guys? We're the brothers twins. Like, are you brothers that are twins, or are you somebody else's brother's twins? Yes. You know? I'm sorry, I am so distracted. I gotta go to bed, really. Like, yes. And we're gonna go through their backstory, how they went through some hardships, and show why they're badasses while trying to improve on things, on animating things, I should say. Like, the first 2 seasons is all about getting things like walking, running, shit like that together. Like I said, how to throw a punch, how to throw a kick, and how to choreograph a fight. I had an idea, and I wanted to get like kata books, which are, you know, a kata is a martial arts walkthrough, basically, and basically imitating the poses to animate the pose. And then we're going to mirror it, because if you mirror it, I believe you should see the way the fight's supposed to turn out, or how they explain it. How, I don't know, but anyway, I was thinking of doing that. Um, think. But yeah, so after we get the fighting together and the walking and the running, then we go into these guys' story, and I want to get cameras right and effects right and things like that. So now that we got the basics
2440 on our
together,
sights.
now we throw in smoke and mirrors. We don't want to hide the bad stuff with smoke and mirrors, which is learning how to walk. You got to crawl before you walk. You know, we don't want to hide that behind smoke and mirrors. We want to perfect it and then enhance it with smoke and mirrors. Get what I'm saying? To bam, turn it up a notch. How to level up. Like, I already got one together, and it's called Level Up. And basically, the two guys, it's these two guys fighting. Why? Because Arthur. You know, nothing more. I could do that, actually. I could scrap the whole project, or I could add it in, and we're going to call it The Adventures of the Animator. And level up as an animator. Like, here's our stars. Star 1 and Star 2. Let's get the journey going. You know? Animation, you know, Adventures of the Animator. Episode 1. Walking. And you're going to make it a competition with the two trying to walk better. Till we get it right. Like, that looks good. That actually don't look too bad. Like,
Racing
on
here,
my
dispatch.
own, with some tutorials, mixing the two, walking. And then at the end of the episode, somebody gonna take off running. Episode 2, running. Yeah. So we could run, jump. Same thing, you know, probably do that. Movement, figure it out. But that's where I'm going to go with it now. The Adventures of the Animator. It's an animation about making animations and trying to get it right. Um, so yeah, that's our new story. But I got one like Level Up where the two guys were fighting each other. It's not bad, to be honest. I think I did pretty good. I'll post it right now into the comment. Videos, videos. Oh, that's the story of the Wanderer. Level Up. Share, copy link.
Got eyes on that red flag driver.
Go back here, press play, bring it back up. Oh. Now that's the story of the Wanderer. Um, no, not the Level Up, where they're fighting. And you know, they end up fighting Naruto and his shadow clone. I think I did that one actually exceptionally well for it to be one of my first ones. Like, fights, it's not bad, but that's a lot of smoke and mirrors a little bit. Because technically I never had to animate them like running. I used the teleportation method, where they're at one point and end at another. Anyway, it turned out pretty good though. I actually improved my stick figures, to be honest. Because these stick figures are a little stiff. I definitely improved my stick figures. Uh, so they end up fighting Naruto and some shadow clones. And then Vegeta and Goku interferes to fight. Just when they're about to fight, you know, Naruto. Like, sorry, buddy, but you guys aren't, you know, y'all got to level up first. Y'all not on this level. Let's push them aside. Then level up 2 was going to be the training ground. They were going to train in the time chamber. And they got some murder bots to go around the room, go around the plot. They got some murder bots to train with. Because you can't, it's only 2 people that's allowed in the chamber, but robots aren't people. So they were going to train with the murder bots that they got from a yard sale. The murder bots were going to be created by Dr. Giro, Dr. Robotnik, and Dr. Wily. You know, they did a joint effort to create these murder bots. But But check out the animation. You know, GG, good game, Gab Games. GabGames.com. Always entertaining. Talk about it.